Good morning everyone, it's Tyva again, and I actually want to do this tutorial on a quick knockout. Sometimes a very simple design can be achieved and it can really make a pop. Simple is better most times. So with this knockout, one of the things I want you to remember is that it works best with a bold font. One of my favorite fonts to do a knockout with is Impact or either Ackbar. Those are like my favorite fonts to work with when I'm doing a knockout. So what I'll do is I'll go to, for those who don't know, if I say column A, column B, or column C, that's what I'm talking about. Or if I say column 1, column 2, column 3, or top bar, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so next I'm going to do, I got my, go up here, go to systems, put in impact, so I can get that font. And also while you're doing shirts, you want to make sure that you keep a goal of saying from nipple to nipple. You do not, goodness, I can't spell for anything today, but you want to make sure that the shirt is going from nipple to nipple because you want the focal point to be the design, and you don't want so much, you don't want the words to go up under the person's arm or go over their breast. You want the design to be a focal point in the middle of their shirt. So with that said, you want to make the design more longer than wide. Okay, so I have my words, I'm putting my words in as we talk. Okay, with my font impact that we're working with. Okay, and I just prefer to type them line by line like this because it just makes it a lot easier for me to work with. So now that I have all of my words, I'm going to place it on the line because I have a little bit too much spacing here for my comfort. So I'm going to ungroup and put this here. And then I'm going to attach it temporarily. Attach in column C is temporary, weld is permanent. Okay, so then I get my next one and put it on the line, and I ungroup in column C, and then I move it over, and I'm going to select it and attach. And you just go through the same system. You know, some people can do it better by typing all of their words at one time, but this is just what works for me. Once you do it enough, you'll find different ways to make it easier for yourself. I'm just giving you guys the guidelines, the baseline. Okay, so now I got old. I want to pull that closer, about that close, and do in, and pull this a little bit closer. Okay, it's not completely on the line, so let me move it just to try to get it as lined up as I can. Okay, so now I'm going to select all of this and I'm going to attach it for now so that I can move it. And then building is already one word. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go up here. So I'm going to start from 4. And I'm going to bring it to 8 because I want my box. And when I do my knockout, I love doing it in a box format. But you can pretty much do a knockout in any kind of format, any kind of font you choose. You know, it's very versatile. But I'm going to show you guys this because this is what made it very easy for me to work with. Okay, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to do it from line 4 to line 8. Okay, so now that I have my box, I have the look that I'm trying to achieve. I'm going to go ahead and click select all, and we're going to go to weld. And it's going to bring all of these pieces together because you can only slice 2 images at a time. And since this is the lyrics to a very well-known and popular gospel song, I want to upload a cross. We're going to use a cross. I uploaded my cross already. Insert image. Okay, and also too with doing knockouts, bright colors work the best. I love this rose pink. Sister has a passion pink that is very bright, very beautiful that I love using. So I'm going to make that pink, and then I have this cross. Okay, so now that I have my 2 images, I have my cross how I want to lay it. I'm going to select all because, like I said, we can only slice 2 images. Select slice. There we have it. And this is the part where it gets funky. So that's your actual knockout, actually. But after I hide all of these by clicking the eyeball over here, I can even hide this one. This is your knockout right here. Okay, so with your knockout, your pink, this is the one that we actually want to keep. Okay, so I'll go through all of them and let you see it. It's going to look like that. You can actually keep that one as well. You can keep this one and change the color, but I like going with the one that's the actual color, like so, like that. I like to keep that one. So this is the one. You can even do it like this, you guys. You know, it all depends on what you want to do. But this is the one that I'm going to delete. So I click on that and delete. This is the one that we're trying to achieve, but we're going to delete that. And you want to be left with the one that's the same color. Then you're going to change that color to black or whatever color you choose. And that is your knockout. And see, you can, depending upon different knockouts, you know, it can look different. It's a very, very subtle design. Also, too, what I want to show you, go over to your column A and click these 3 lines and go to settings. And you can change to whether you have a full grid, partial grid, or no grid. We want to go to no grid. And then for those of you that want to send this mock-up to a customer, you know, make sure that you have your overlay. But for a Mac, all you have to do is press Shift Command 4, and then you can snap a picture of this to send to the customer. Or if you're working with Windows, you can go to your A column, your first column, click that bottom icon, and you can search for the tool called the snipping tool. And the snipping tool will allow you to screenshot on your Windows device as well. So now that I have that screenshot, you can upload. This is another little nugget. You can upload this into Canva.com, and when you upload this image into Canva.com and put your overlay on top of it, you can actually save that and then send it to the customer for approval. So this is a quick way to do an easy knockout. I might have time to do one more. So let's select, let's go ahead and hide these. And let's do a quick one. Let's see. We're going to do a circle just to have a shape. And then I'm going to put, shoot, something random. An apple. A day keeps the doctor. I think doctor should be on 1 because I want to focus on those words. Away. Okay. So now I go back to column A, go to settings, add my full grid back, and just imagine this circle being an apple. Okay, so I got my first line. We're going to go through the same thing we did the first time around, using the same font impact. I got it on the line. I'm going to ungroup, make it smaller. Okay, and not make it smaller, but make the space smaller. I'm going to attach it for temporarily. Do the same thing with a day. I want to ungroup it, move A closer. Then group it. I'm sorry, attach. Attach. Now I want to do the same thing with this. Ungroup. Move to the. And then attach it temporarily. Then doctor in a way is fine. Okay, so move it to my 4. Do 4 to 8. Get day. Move that. Oh, and I didn't attach that comma. There we go. Okay, and then do this. Move it to 8. Same thing with doctor. And then away. Okay, so now that I have my box, I'm going to select it. And then I'm going to go ahead and weld it. Change it to a different color. We'll do purple, like lavender. And then I won't worry about, let's go to arrange and bring that to the front for a second. I wouldn't worry so much about the color of this just yet. Or better yet, let's go ahead and change it. Let's change it to a red. Okay, so that we can see it really well. Okay, I have two images over here. You can actually hold down the shift button and left click, so that you can select those two images because, you know, of course I have these other images down here. So I don't want to do select all. Okay, so then I can slice it. And it's going to bring up all of those options. Remember these options we went through? So I want to hide that, okay? Actually delete it because we've already been through this twice. So we're going to delete this. We're going to delete that, which is going to leave us one with the same color. And that's the one we're going to change back to red. Boom. And that's your knockout, you guys. It really works that simple. When you're actually laying down your HTV, make sure that you lay down the shiny side down, dull side up. Do a test cut to make sure that that needle setting is proper for your particular vinyl before you actually cut an actual design. Also, let's see what else I'm forgetting. After you do that, you want to select all to see the shape. The shape is going to be 4 wide and 5 tall. You're not so much worried about the height. You want to think about the width. If I'm doing it for a small, medium to large shirt, then I'm probably going to do 8 inches wide. And after that, you have your design size. So it's going to be 8 wide and it's going to be a little over 10 height. Go to make it. Make sure that your designs are mirrored. Make sure that's the first thing that you do is mirror your images because it's so easy to forget. Okay, so now I have my first mat, which is my purple. That is the design. And then I have this one, which is a circle on the inside. Okay, also when you're laying your HTV, temperature is very important. When you're laying down your first layer, this will probably be the first layer that you lay down on your shirt. So with your temperature, you want to try to press it at the lowest temperature that will attach, which I found with my experience anywhere between 270 to 275 degrees. Because the hotter the temperature, the more your HTV is going to shrink. So steps with actually setting it up, you want to press it at 270 to 275, then let it peel, and then you want to press the second image right here at about the same temperature. And then for your final and third press, you want to do it at the maximum press because both of them are on your shirt. So maximum press for most of my vinyls is anywhere between 335, no more than 350. And that's how you would seal your shirt. And when you seal it, you want to look at how the vinyl seals on the shirt. If you can see slight material lines in your press, then that was a good press. So I hope that this video was very informative, you guys, that you've actually learned something today. If you have any questions, post your questions under this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.